In this video, I'm going to share with you my latest comic hauls, which includes a lot of Spider-Man. Let's get into it. What's up guys, welcome to the channel. My name is John and you're watching Old Stuff is Cool. So we've got a quick comic haul video for you today. We might get into some discussion over things related to Spider-Man because I've got a lot of Spider-Man books to share with you. It's not exclusively Spidey, but at the same time, I find it kind of appropriate given that issue number 1000 and all of that controversy of Amazing Spider-Man has been in the news, as well as the imminent release of the next film, Brand New Day. But before I forget, if you enjoy comic haul videos and you want to help support the channel, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, please consider becoming a subscriber and don't miss out on any new videos. Alright, so the first set of comics comes to us courtesy of Harvey Dawes Comics, one of my probably most shopped at vendors on Whatnot. And this was for a $2 sale. These have been happening on Friday nights and all proceeds go to fund the college tuition and college costs of their eldest daughter. So kind of a little extra incentive to pick up some books. Also just some good quality things. And in this latest, comics for college, I think is how they bill it. Found some good ones. So the first one I want to talk about is Captain America issue 234. Fantastic cover here with Cap and Daredevil facing down. This story is written by Roger McKenzie and the cover is by Keith Pollard. So I've been plugging some holes in my Cap run. I know it's not the most popular run necessarily that people are going after, but I enjoy collecting Cap as there's some great covers, some great stories for not a lot of money. So it's definitely got a value proposition. I was also able to complete a mini-series that I started not too long ago, and that is Spider-Man and the Black Cat. I was missing issues number 4 through 6, so I had the back half, which kind of happened after a huge delay when the title was coming out, month to month. We have Kevin Smith to thank for that. At this point, kind of notoriously known for his delays. He's writing comics again currently, so maybe he is more timely now. I'm not really following, but if you're picking up any of the Kevin Smith written projects, I know there's a Jay and Silent Bob crossover with Marvel. Let me know in the comment how you think they are. But Spider-Man and Black Cat, I got a little lucky here. So I was looking for issue 4, but they were bundled together with 2 issues each. And it was still $2 for the bundle. So essentially I'm getting them for $1 each. So I got duplicate of issue 3 and there's the issue 4 I needed. If I forgot to mention also, besides written by Kevin Smith, the art is by Terry and Rachel Dodson, who I really enjoy. We also have issue number 5, great little feature on Nightcrawler. And finally, issue 6. Also, usually I do have a chance to rebag and board them, but clearly this package just came in recently and kind of just excited to share that with you. And the final 2 books from this haul is Spider-Man related, and that is Marvel Tales issue 235. It's a Todd McFarlane cover on this one, drawing Spider-Man and the Uncanny X-Men. I mean, 2 of my comfort foods of comics, and at $2 a pop, I was definitely going to pull the trigger on this one, even if it's not minty condition. It's more than good enough. But wait, that's not it. I got another Todd McFarlane Marvel Tales issue, and that is issue 238. Featuring a fantastic cover with Spidey and the Juggernaut. These are the second and third Marvel Tales McFarlane covers I've picked up in recent months, and I think really if I ever find these for like $5 and under in decent condition, I'm going to pull the trigger, and they're coming home with me. This is a bit of a hodgepodge of books because this next one is just a single comic purchase from eBay. That is All New Ghost Rider issue number 1. This features the first appearance of Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. This is a series that I read and enjoyed digitally, and it's been on my mind to pick up his first appearance, Robbie Reyes. I really like this version of Ghost Rider. I don't know if I like it more than, I think Danny Ketch, the 90s one, my first Ghost Rider, is still my favorite, but this one's super solid. And I feel like the last big storyline that Robbie Reyes was in Jason Aaron's Avengers Forever, which he played such a pivotal role and really got to spotlight in many aspects of that series. Robbie's a bit of an outlier as well, as he doesn't ride a motorcycle like the other Ghost Riders. He drives a car, which I believe, my memory is foggy, but it houses the spirits of his dead brother. Now that I think about it, I think there were a few polarizing aspects of this. Also the art style, which I feel like is heavily manga influenced. All the things that maybe made Robbie not as popular character to old school fans, I really gravitated towards. Also, I don't think his time in the spotlight is done and gone, so there might be a little speck here, but a little hopeful speck, as I'd love to see this character have another run down the line at some point. So really happy to add this one to my collection. Next up is a purchase from eBay. This is $2. First one is Thor issue number 390. I don't know, I keep getting drawn to Thor, although this one was on my wish list to hunt and it came up at a very good price. The significance of this issue is that it features Captain America, at this point going by the Captain in a altered black costume. This is where he picks up Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, for the first time. I wasn't actively collecting comics at the time, but I'm guessing when that scene kind of had its version in Avengers Endgame, it kind of gave a bit of shine to this one. I think it's kind of a cool moment, and so I had wanted to pick up this book. The main thing though was to try to, again, spread out shipping costs, because this one I paired with the main book I wanted to get, and that is Moon Knight issue number 25. And this one I've talked about, keeping my eye out for it at conventions and comic shows and always finding the price too high. This one is like a really, dare I say, high-grade version, especially for a black cover, beautiful Bill Sienkiewicz cover as well. All with the Thor book bundled together and shipped, I was able to get these two for $25. And when I came across it in person, this book was definitely going for, I would say, at least double that price. So in this case, with maybe because he's a more niche character, less people are collecting him, definitely going the eBay route was the better way to go. And while I think there's always a preference to support locals and local vendors and whatnot, I do think it's a in recent experiences it's de-emphasized that in-person purchase. I think if you have enough information when it comes to the online platform, I think I've really become agnostic as far as what is my preferred place to shop. I think if I can find the right book in the right condition at the right price, and whether that be Whatnot, eBay, Facebook, Instagram, it doesn't have to be in person always. And honestly, besides the really hard to find stuff, which I'm not sure if anything I'm getting falls in that category, it doesn't really make sense to make purchases at conventions. I'm coming to learn. I think it's a good place for like signatures and maybe some exclusives if that's a thing. But as far as general comic hunting, I'm definitely casting the net wide, because being able to get this book at the price that I thought I should be able to get at, it just confirms. It just confirms everything that was working internally in my collector brain. And last but not least, we've got one more purchase from Whatnot. I do believe this is my second purchase from this seller, and tend to find good like Bronze and Silver Age books from him. First up, every order comes with a free book, and he tends to have some fun free books. In this case, mine was Dead Man Logan issue number 1. I have not read this, but hey, that's an interesting cover. If it's Old Man Logan, set in that alternate future, that's cool. But I also know Old Man Logan got pulled over to the main 616 universe at some point, so I don't know where this takes place, but we'll find out in the near future. And the main book I got from this Whatnot purchase is some Silver Age Spider-Man, and I've been having some really good luck finding Spidey. This one is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 75. Classic cover by John Romita Jr. Put this at a 3.5, very good, and I do think it's my understanding of grading is still something I'm trying to actively learn, but dare I say, I think this might be a little bit better than that. I mean, there's no detached pages or anything off. I think it presents very well, and for a classic cover, I mean, that cover appeal was my, was my main selling point. That's why I decided to pull the trigger, and I was able to get this shipped for $25. And doing quick comps, I know it's hard to do on Whatnot, as sales are running, and doing research on a book that maybe you weren't necessarily looking for. You've got to be quick, but as far as what I came up with, this tends to go for maybe like double that typically. And also, I'm just enjoying picking up those ASM issues under 100. So classic cover, great price, and a seller that ships safely, securely, and quickly. All of these make for a very good and satisfying purchase. So those are all the books for the haul part of the video. Now just some, random quick thoughts that are Spider-Man related, because I feel like I had a lot of Spider-Man books featured today. First, just as far as collecting goes, I think I've hit a pause point as far as Uncanny X-Men. Part of it is just like dumb luck and opportunities presenting themselves to pick up these classic Spidey books. I mean, I'd love to add a Silver Age X-Men book, but I don't have a lot of attachment to the Lee Kirby era. There are definitely, some of those Neil Adams covers in the early days of X-Men definitely caught my eye, but they're not cheap purchases by any means. And I've already shared a little bit about how during that Claremont run, I don't think at this point I'm going to go for that full run. At least I'm going to focus on any keys, like a first appearance, classic covers, before just filling in the gaps. Because I think filling in gaps with comics that are like, honestly, $20 or more, for me and my current financial point, it doesn't make sense. If I'm spending, that might not seem like a lot of money for some of you out there, but I want a certain level of buy-in, of satisfaction when I'm spending even $20 for a single comic. And a lot of those Uncanny X-Men books, while I find important, I don't have that kind of emotional attachment to. So I guess for now that means a bit of a de-emphasis on the X-Men collecting, but who knows, with the summer here, with comic shows abound and whatnot, if I come across something at a good price, I will share it with you guys. You'll see it here on the channel. In other more recent news, have you guys been following this whole debacle over the covers of Amazing Spider-Man number 1000? I mean, I was kind of excited that the series was hitting that milestone, and didn't really realize until more recently that both ASM and I think Uncanny X-Men, the current runs, double ship each month. So they're definitely hitting that 1000 mark a little sooner than I had thought, because I'd counted as one issue per month, but that's not the case. More importantly, the controversy is behind the John Romita Jr. and Paulo Rivera cover, cover A, which it looks like Spidey is shrugging mid-air. I am not a fan of that cover A. I'm not sure what's happening, but luckily in this day of variant covers, and they're definitely giving us a lot of variant covers for issue 1000, I'm gonna pick that one up despite not collecting the series. And I just will not go for the main cover because it's not for me. But I'm curious, I want to throw it out to you guys who are collecting current comics. Are you picking up issue number 1000? Are you getting cover A? Because in general, I think collectors who are collecting runs want to get that cover A and then kind of go out from there. But is it so bad that you're looking at other options? Definitely send off the comments, because that input would help me. The final order cutoff hasn't hit yet, but it's coming up soon in the next few weeks, because I believe that issue is set to drop in September, I want to say. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for this video. I feel good. I got to share some collecting thoughts and some Amazing Spider-Man chat with you guys. But if you had a favorite comic from this episode's haul, let me know. Is anyone else out there struck with Spidey fever? I'd love to hear from you. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Take care.